Oma. It's Helen A. Miller. She's my grandmother. We call her Kit or
Don't you
Oma.
have a softer light than that?
Oh, is there a bright light? Oh, there
One
is.
that'll take the
Okay.
wrinkles out?
Is that better?
A screen?
Yeah, there we go. That's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
is that
Much better.
is that a nice light?
You look like a movie star.
Would
Gorgeous.
you like to have me comb my hair?
You look great. You look perfect. Don't worry. So I want to know about your childhood. Can you tell me the important things of your childhood, like where you grew up and
Well, I was born in Enid, Oklahoma, which you've never heard of.
Mhm.
And I was a pretty young baby. Beautiful, though.
Oh, I bet.
Just gorgeous.
That's where I get it from.
And I didn't look like anybody. I guess that's my fate, is to look like nobody.
You look like you, Oma.
But anyway, I look like me. Well, that's right. I don't know what to tell you. I was born in Enid and I was raised. First thing I remember was a wall that was made out of red. I think Oklahoma has red dirt, so
Oh.
all the concrete is
Mm.
made out of red. Red, whatever they call it. What do they call it?
Clay, probably
Wow.
clay. Red clay?
Grain?
Red clay?
Clay, yeah,
Mhm.
clay. That's what I was trying to think of. Anyway, that was 1923.
Mhm.
It's a long time ago. 92 years it'll be this year.
Mm.
And that's a long time to see things. So you see birth and childhood and growing up and friends. And then you go from there to adulthood and children, babies, and marriage, and the death of your parents. And these things all follow suit. Let's see, if we go back to Oklahoma and then we go to Kansas, that's where Dad got a job as a manager of a lumber store.
Mm.
His name was Harold Earl. They called him Earl. And he had been adopted by his adoptive parents, who happened to be a German couple. And it fit in with my life because I married a German.
Mm.
But anyway, we moved to Kansas.
How old were you when you moved to Kansas?
What, dear?
How old were you when you moved to Kansas?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think I must have been in kindergarten because I remember being in an auditorium listening to some kind of a speech. I think it was a ward program of some kind.
Mm.
And I must have been in the first grade or thereabouts. And I won a contest. I was sitting in the auditorium with my boyfriend, and he was a little guy.
Mhm.
His name was Neil Potts.
Mhm.
Anyway, they called my name. I had won an award
Mm.
of Little Jean of France, and it was a book. And I wasn't very impressed by the book because it was in French.
Why did you win that book? Or how did you
I
win
won
that
an
book?
essay contest. I
Oh.
don't have any idea what the essay was or what the contest was.
Mm.
I just remember sitting in this auditorium with my boyfriend,
Mhm.
and I didn't know he was my boyfriend at the time. And they called me forward to accept this award. I've always hated French ever since then because it reminded me of that book, Little Jean of France.
Mm.
And I didn't understand a word of
Yeah.
it. It was in, there were so many French terms in it, I didn't understand what they were talking about.
Mm.
Oh, and then I went on to Mother and Dad moved in Wichita, Kansas.
Mm.
And they moved across town. It seems to me we lived next to an orphanage because we'd walk home from school, and every day we'd have to walk by the orphanage, and there'd be little kids around.
Mm.
I just have that sticks in my mind. Anyway, let's see, what can I tell you?
So what grade were you in when you moved to Wichita Falls?
I went over from kindergarten, and I only remember the second grade, and then I think the Depression hit. So that must have been 1929. And I must have been, well, let's see, 23, 29. How old is that? You're good at math.
Oh, okay. So like you're okay.
6 years old, 7 years old.
Sounds good to me.
Hmm?
Sounds good to me. So what did you do to get through the depression? Like what kind of stuff did you guys do to get through?
No, I know that we had gone out for hamburgers the night before.
Mm-hmm.
And they told us we couldn't go out for hamburgers anymore, which was a big treat for us because we enjoyed that so much. I think they were White House hamburgers, and they were good. Anyway, that meant the end of our time outside. So Dad lost his job, and he got a job traveling the state of Texas, if you can imagine.
Yeah.
They had to give up their house.
Oh, wow.
They couldn't afford their house anymore. I remember that. And we moved again. We went from, I think the name of the school was Sunnyside. And I was pushing somebody with a swing, and I got the swing in my head, and it caused a big gash in my eyebrow. It's been there ever since. Let's see. So we moved to another house, and I know we had to walk about a mile to school, which was up a hill. It was called College Hill.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved from Sunny Slope to College Hill, and that's where all the rich kids lived.
Oh.
We lived on a party line between the people that were not so wealthy and the people that were wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got exposed to all kinds of parties and things like that of people that were celebrating. I've always remembered that. I remember some of the kids that I knew then, and they were all normal kids. They didn't have any airs or anything about them. And we didn't move. We stayed there. I grew up until I went to junior high school. And then we moved to Texas. Dad had a job traveling for a paint company. And we moved to Austin. And that was my junior year of high school. And the Depression had created these CCC camps and WPA camps and all kind of work opportunity for men.
Mm-hmm.
And as I say, Dad got a job traveling the state of Texas, and Mother got a little job in a library that was attached to a dress shop. And I remember she used to get the most famous books of the day. Gone with the Wind came out then. And bring it home and read it. And she read it and I read it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really feel like that made an impression on me as far as learning was concerned because I love to read.
Mm.
And anyway, he got a job, Dad, in Austin, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And so we moved, my brother and my mother and dad and I. My sister had already had a flaming romance with somebody
Mm-hmm.
when she was 18 and she got married. And he was a mean son of a gun.
Oh.
They had a terrible time.
Mm-hmm.
What's the matter?
No, my arm's getting tired, so.
If you're getting tired.
No, just my arm. I'm totally into this. I want to hear all about it. So your sister had a flaming romance.
Okay,
and
she
he
had
was
this
mean.
flaming romance with a Catholic boy who was named Bob Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
And he, as I say, he was a mean son of a gun.
Mm-hmm.
And mother and dad had a terrible time controlling her. She was kind of, well, she wasn't wild. She just had her own mind. And she wanted to go to school and be a dietitian.
Mm-hmm.
She was a good cook, good looking girl, and very petite, very tiny.
Mm-hmm.
And she had to stay in Kansas when we moved to Texas because she was ready to move away from Bob.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I don't know what the story was. I know that she didn't get along with him. Anyway, we moved south, and I started in high school in Austin, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And those were the happiest days of my life.
Oh.
I really blossomed into a very popular young gal.
Mm-hmm.
I was a cheerleader and a school favorite
Mm-hmm.
and the school queen.
Mm-hmm.
And so my happy 2 years in Austin were very happy.
Mm-hmm.
So then Dad got a job in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
No, Houston. Yeah, we went to Houston first, and we lived in Houston. That was after I graduated from high school. I got a job with a jeweler. That was the first job I had.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sales and clerking.
Mm-hmm.
And I was with him for a while. And then that's enough for now. That's enough for now.
Oh, you think so?
No, I'm just tired talking.
Oh, okay. No problem, Oma. Thank you for telling me so much. It's awesome, and we'll do this again real soon, okay?
That isn't very interesting.
It is interesting. You went through the Great Depression. You had a family with, you go through everything that people go through. You have a very interesting life. I wouldn't say otherwise.
I have an interesting life. It's only interesting to those that know me.
I think it's very interesting. I think you're a wonderful person, and I'm blessed to know
Mm-hmm.
you. You're a wonderful person, and I'm blessed to know you.
Oh, yes.
You're my foundation. Okay, I'm going to end the recording. All right, bye, Oma.